I would like to thank the Port Moody Station Museums for inviting me to this event, and also acknowledge the Port Moody Heritage Society for their involvement with this, making this event such a success. Back in 1859, when New Westminster was the first capital of British Columbia, R.C. Moody, who was a Royal Engineer, decided that he was concerned about an American attack and wanted to make a clear, essentially getaway, or have a route open to the ocean in case the Fraser River was frozen. Back then, the river would freeze, and so he immediately surveyed and began construction of a road from New Westminster, from the Fraser River, right to Burrard Inlet here in Port Moody. And that road that we all know and travel and use is North Road, and that is the oldest road in the Lower Mainland. And at the end of the road, once he constructed, or it was constructed from New West to Port Moody, there was a dock built where there was a munitions site set. And so that paved the way for the connection between New West and the Fraser and Burrard Inlet and this area here. And of course that site was only accessible by water. So it's amazing the changes that have happened over the past 130 or 40 years or so. But there is that amazing heritage and that connection that we have to sites like this in Port Moody. I would like to acknowledge the City of Port Moody for designating the Ioko site a heritage site. It's a very good thing. It's a council that's showing foresight by protecting and preserving the cultural and heritage areas that we enjoy in this city. So thank you to City of Port Moody, to the Port Moody Museum or the station, and to the Heritage Society for all their work. Please enjoy the day, and on behalf of Parliament of Canada, I'd like to bring greetings. Hope you enjoy the day, and also to acknowledge Heritage Canada for their support of this event. Thank you very much, and enjoy the day.
You know, I've been here for each of the 10 years that we've celebrated Ioko Town Days, and I can say, first of all, is that we're getting more and more people every year. We're getting more and more attention every year, and it is important as well to know that the media is paying attention to us. You know, and if I go back 10, 15 years ago, Marianne Cooper and I, many discussions over the years about the fear that was in the community that Ioko Town was not going to be around for long, that there were development threats that would destroy this this jewel of heritage here in Port Moody. And so working together, be it Friends of Ioko, the heritage group in Port Moody, there are several. In fact, even the Heritage Committee, the City of Port Moody Heritage Committee, Council, all together, and members of the community at large. And it culminated in the dedication, conservation of the Ioko Town site. But that was not enough. We needed to get the owners on site along with the idea of preserving the site so that one day, this town would not be merely a ghost town. It will be a living town, a place where people can live, work, and where they can raise their families and just pass the day away. Where else in the world can you find a place like this? Next to the water, greenery all around us, streams full of salmon, Mossam Creek. And I can tell you that that day will come. I think that nobody today will be able to say Ioko is gone. There's no threat to Ioko Town site anymore. Nobody will dare approach a council in Port Moody, a future council, even if I'm not there, to say we are going to develop Ioko in a different way than it used to be. No way. If Ioko is going to be developed, it will be developed in its heritage character for all to enjoy. And I know that there are many other people that need to be thanked, but I will just thank one person today, Marianne Cooper. Thank you. Without you, without your tireless, tenacious fight in bringing people together, getting counsel alongside with you, we wouldn't be here today, and Ayoko would truly be dead. The city of Port Moody is very proud to have a citizen of the stature, the fortitude, and the initiative that Marianne Cooper personalized. Thank you, Mary.
Could never have been done by any one person if it weren't for the wonderful team effort that we've had throughout these years that I've worked on this project. One of the first team members was Joe, and it has really boomeranged, all over. I mean, we have hundreds of volunteers, and although you're honoring me, I'm telling you that you're honoring all the volunteers that work with me, not just me. And it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. We're not quitting. I want all of you to get this community spirit behind this place and make sure that when the development comes, that it's going to be one of the jewels of Port Moody here, right? Yeah. Right.
Thank you, Marianne. Just another note, Marianne, Friday, I'm mixed up on my days, received the Ruby Knobs Award for Heritage Advocacy from the Heritage Society of BC.
What a great contributor to the community. I wanted to just talk a little bit about some of the things that go into making today. We have over 33 exhibitors and artists on site today. As Marianne mentioned, there's over 100 volunteers that go into making this event happen, and there's a number of contributors from the corporate community and from government. Just want to mention a few of those. Of course, the Department of Canadian Heritage was mentioned. Also, the Port Moody Heritage Commission, Impact Canopies, Pacific Coast Terminals, Frabey's Fine Foods, Thrifty's Foods. And I'd also like to note that this is the first year that we've linked to the Port Moody Festival of the Arts. And so we're welcoming the Rebel Haunt Theatre and Jay Peachy, who's an artist. I wanted to talk a little bit about the work that we do with the Port Moody Heritage Society. We're a community group. We bring forward heritage issues. We also operate the museum, and we're striving to make that museum. I hope you take an opportunity to go down there. The best small museum in Metro Vancouver, and I think we're doing a really good job of getting there. There's a lot of exciting exhibits going on, educational programming that we're putting in place, and we can't do that without the help of groups of people like the Port Moody Council and the City of Port Moody who've put forward funds to make that happen, and that's really important to remember. Think about that as you go to vote this fall. We've got some really good people in the community who are very supportive of heritage and the arts in the community. And also just wanted to thank all of you for coming out and making this event a success. We're really happy that we're continuing to get more and more folks out, and have a great day, and thank you for coming out.
Thank you very much, Wayne.
Joining me right now is Jim Miller, who's with the Port Moody Heritage Society. Congratulations, Jim, on a well-attended event. Tell me a little bit more about why this is important to the community.
Well, thank you very much, Kim. The Ayoko site here was designated as a heritage site 10 years ago, and we've been doing this annual event ever since to try to advocate and make people aware of the heritage of the area and how important it is to our culture. It's part of where we've been and where we're going to go too. So
you're 10 years in. Congratulations. You're going to keep doing this for another 10 at least?
Oh, sure, we'll do it for another 100. Why not?
I love it. Now it's becoming more and more well attended every year. What do you think is contributing to that?
There's more community support for it, and it is developing as it goes along. It's sort of one of our problems, like how big do we want to get? Like we want to keep it as a really community-focused event, and the lawn bowling site is only so big, so we're going to have to keep it within those bounds. But yeah, we can grow for a while, but we want to be sustainable, as the word goes nowadays, and be able to keep things going for quite some time.
Excellent. Now, how can people find out more about what you guys do?
Well, they can Google us at the PortMoodyStationMuseum.org, or also the Ioko Heritage Lawn Bowling Association. It's all sort of part and parcel, yes. This Heritage is, you see the same people over and over again in Heritage. So yes, either one would be able to help out.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the hard work that you do and for keeping this site alive.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming and keeping the rain away.
I'm symbolic of those people in the community who have supported that sort of thing. And I was proud to be able to say that it's been a huge team effort here in Port Moody to keep heritage, have an awareness for heritage values. When the strong economic is always in the front of people's minds, we have to remind them that there are other things beside economic things. So that was the award. The nice part of our lives don't necessarily pay, but they keep in mind the history and the footprints of people who have made tremendous contributions in keeping this kind of a spirit here, which makes a community of people rather than a competition of people like economics sometimes does. So we're, like today, community. We want people who are here with families. Again, it's our 10th year, and the museum has taken it over, which ensures its perpetuation, which I'm very happy about. They're doing a wonderful job, and it's about people, and it's what they do. And I think we need to stop our headlong plunge, as it were, into development of all kinds and technology of all kinds, and think a little bit of where we, how it all started, and what are the values that were good then, that are here good now, and that's what we're doing today.
Well, thank you so much for doing this for everyone. It's such an important part of the community.
Me.
But you're a large part of that. So thank you so much for doing everything that you do to make this a special day.
I want to make it seem possible for people to do this.
Well, you're an inspiration to many.
I really think that, we sometimes say, well, give up too soon, but we shouldn't do that. We should not give up.
Because then if you give up, you miss out on something like this, right?
Yes, we are a community of people. We should fight for that spirit. We should really make it a part of our lives to support the community of feeling, because it has so many wonderful miracles that happen because of people's encounter and helping one another. And people should have the pleasure of those encounters.